Being a Canadian, born from two Jamaican parents, and we migrated to Cleveland, Ohio, I've had many experiences with seeing many different views and also cultures. I've seen the variety. I've seen it from the perspective of being raised by Jamaican parents, where they instilled values, tradition, and culture. I've also was a participant of going to school in the United States, by which I seen what their values were and what their traditions were. And then I eventually came back to Canada to reside in Scarborough, Ontario, by which I was also able to see another view of how parents were with the multiculturalism that was going on in Ontario at that time, including now. So for me, I've seen the very different areas by which I had two of my children in the United States of America, and I had two of my children here in Scarborough, Ontario, by which I've been able to see the great difference. Because when I first came here with my two children, I brought them here for a better way of living, because at the time that I left the United States, it was a time where I thought the youths were beginning to be lost with their whole values, respect, everything. You know, a lot of things were taken out of the schools that I don't necessarily believe should have been taken out of schools. I don't think that strong foundation was in the school, like where I came from and how I came from. Because when I was growing up, I found that the way how teachers taught because they wanted to teach. In today's world, I find that teachers teach to get a paycheck. And that's very sad, because the way how our society has evolved, it makes the whole unit, whether it's a family, whether it's professional, whether it's the youths, it has made everybody so busy that they do not have time to step back and really view what's going on, because everybody is worried about trying to make the common dollar. And I can understand everybody having to make the common dollar, because being a single mother of two at this point, because my two older children are a lot older at this point, but my children range from 32, 29, 24, and 16. So I've seen all the different views of children in different ages from they were born until this day. I have seen the difference between how the world was when I was raising my eldest to how the world is today with raising my youngest. And one of the things that I think that we really need to get back to is trying to figure out how we can become back a family unit, how we can unite as a society, how we can get back to communal values, where you are very proud to be a part of your community. We need to use the media for more positive explorations. We need to try to help our children to do the same. We need to lead by example, because all it takes is one voice that can make the difference. I know one voice sounds like, how can you make one voice out of billions of voices make the difference? But it starts with one person. If one person takes this on themselves, we can make the difference. And this is why I chose to become involved with my school council. And I went as far as to become the head of my school council. And that happens to be in Scarborough, Ontario also. And as a result of doing that, the people saw that one voice speaking so loudly that they thought to try to put me on a higher level where I would be a part of the PIAC, the Parent Involvement Advisory Committee, because they saw that this one voice is trying to get the parents involved. It's trying to get the parents back to where we need to be, where we're talking to our principals, we're talking to our teachers. We are taking that time out to see what our children are doing. We are taking that time out to make that difference, to bring our world back into a better place where we don't have to sit here and always have to think about, oh, I'm going to take money over the children. We don't always have to sit here and worry about the politics that is happening on TV, because if we are well informed with the politics and we're well educated with the politics, we can make the difference. We're the one who elect our officials. So as long as we take that time out, we can make the difference. And as far as instilling the values, we need to get back to letting the community help us with doing what we need to do, because it takes a village to raise a child.